Today's episode is brought to you by Audible.com. Go over and get you a free audiobook 30-day free trial over at www.audibletrial.com/nerdcave. You can be picking up Timothy Zahn's new book, Thrawn. It's freaking awesome. Or you can get Ahsoka. You can get all these Star Wars books because everybody loves Star Wars. If you don't love Star Wars, what are you doing with your life? There's over 180,000 titles, though, to choose from. You can get it on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle. And if you have an MP3 player and what are you doing with your life, you can get that there as well. So go over to audibletrial.com/nerdcave and grab you one of those new books. Get smart. We read at the Nerd Cave. We read. Build it beautiful. Black Lightning, not part of the Arrowverse, and won't be a part of CW's next DC crossover.
So weird.
Greg Berlanti's upcoming DC series Black Lightning is not set within the CW's Arrowverse. As reported by Entertainment Weekly, the CW president Mark Pedowitz confirmed today prior to the network's upfront presentation that Black Lightning is not part of the CW's shared DC universe and such won't be part of its next DC crossover. We don't aim to do a 5-way crossover, Pedowitz told reporters. Black Lightning at this time is not part of the Arrowverse. It is a separate situation, but there will be a big fourth quarter crossover with all 4 of the shows that are on in the fall. It's worth noting that all of CW's Arrowverse shows film in Vancouver, while production of Black Lightning takes place in Atlanta. Couple that with the fact that Black Lightning won't debut until mid-season, and one can see why Berlanti's new show does not share the universe with the rest of the CW's lineup.
So, but did you also hear that Black Lightning's cousin will also not be part of the Arrowverse? You know who his cousin is?
We're talking about Static Shock, right?
No, I'm talking about Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning.
Jesus Christ.
I was waiting for that joke. So it was sitting there like I was waiting for you to finish. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well,
of course, he'd be part of the universe. He's like, he'd be like dead now. He's old.
So that makes no difference.
That's fair.
There's time travel in this show.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I know. Somewhere deep down, you're a little bit proud of
Also,
me.
Grease Lightning lives in the sun now because they fly off into the sun at the end.
I'm thinking of Grease. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, Grease Lightning. At the end of Grease, they fly off into the sun.
They do.
Never watched all of Grease.
What?
I've never watched all of Grease. I think it was an abomination. Grease 2 is way better than Grease 1.
Well, you want to watch Grease. You
I
don't
will
watch
punch
all
you
of
in the
Grease.
face right
Grease,
now.
I'm saying it right now. Grease 2 is better than Grease 1.
You're dead to me.
We're just like...
No, but you know that they think that when she's talked about where she thinks about where she nearly drowned, they say that this entire thing was made up, that she was in a coma where she was.
That would make sense for the whole car literally flying off into the sun at
the
end. Okay,
Talking about a bright spot in my life, Destiny 2 won't use dedicated servers. Unlike its predecessor, Destiny 2 will launch on PC as well as consoles, but there is one thing that both versions of the game will continue to have in common: no dedicated servers. That's why this game is crap.
I'm not happy with that.
Have dedicated servers.
It already had server issues in the first one.
Yeah. In an interview with IGN,
I feel like I'm missing an article.
Yeah, probably. It's all good.
Who cares?
We're doing it live.
Yeah.
In an interview with IGN game director Luke Smith stated the dedicated servers were just not an investment that we made for Destiny 2. Instead, Destiny 2 will continue using peer-to-peer networking to power multiplayer matches, which could be bad news for PC players who are used to the stability of dedicated servers. Smith explained the smaller team format, although it's one bigger in the Trials of Osiris case, but smaller team format in general makes it easier for us to find tighter matches. According to Smith, Bungie is committed to tweaking the matchmaking parameters to have larger focus on the connection quality. Also, the PC version will support 4K and feature uncapped frame rates, but it may well be released later than console version. So that just literally killed two articles. But that's okay. That's okay. A lot of Destiny news here.
Oh, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
anytime a game comes out that has multiplayer being a huge part of its driving value, and not having dedicated servers for that scares me.
Yeah.
Because I know with games these days, we're always having issues. Cause I know this is a completely different type of game, but I mean Pokemon Go. How much issues did we have with server issues? Like it was god awful. Destiny 1, we've had so many issues. We've had it with Halo. We've had it with all these
Call of Duty,
Mass Effect.
Recently, Overwatch has been having some problems too.
Like, I mean, with all these people who do have dedicated servers and they have server issues, how do you think you're going to fare without having dedicated servers?
I don't know.
I don't get it, Big Dan. I don't get it.
You know, for me, I don't really care because I don't like multiplayer.
And I know,
but it will affect the single player because I know we've had a lot of problems with the single player aspect of Destiny 1, having connection issues and everything. So without having those set up, it's going to affect the story part of it, which it better be good.
Yeah, Bungie, don't drop
the
soap.
I liked the story in the first, story that was there.
What story? It was
enjoyable to play, but there was just such a lack of lore. It made it really hard to get into. Like,
I mean, they had interesting points, but you can't make a story out of just a handful of interesting points. You have to connect those points. You have to give me information about what has happened. Like, we got no backstory on anybody. You're just a dead body that was resurrected. You're Lazarus.
Well, it was basically like it made the way they made it seem is like there was all this lore out there. Like, they were always alluding to it. But the way that the game was presented, it was as if they expected you to already know what it was. But it was new, so no one knew what was going on.
It was kind of like a fifth grader's, paper. Like, he goes on, like, this tangent about, like, these space people and all of that. But there's nothing there. Just like, and then boom, boom, pow, pow, and
pew, pew.
And evil was defeated.
The end.
That was Destiny 1. So do a better job in Destiny 2.
Preach.
Destiny 2 Trials-like experience will arrive before Osiris-themed DLC. Destiny 2 will feature a Trials-like experience soon after the game's launch. Speaking to IGN, game director Luke Smith said, "I can't imagine shipping Destiny 2 and not having a Trials-like experience there very soon." Project lead Mark Noseworthy, I wonder if his nose is...
Truly worthy.
Yes.
It can probably lift.
Chimed in to give a hint as just how soon, saying, like, launch window. When asked if Trials will arrive before the release of Osiris-themed DLC, Noseworthy said fans can expect it way before that. That said, Noseworthy remained tight-lipped on specifics, adding, "We've got some cool stuff planned for Trials that we're going to unveil later this year, so we don't want to give too much away." So, if you're into the multiplayer part of it, expect some Trials stuff very, very soon in the very beginning of that. Destiny 2 PS4 Pro couldn't run game at 60 frames per second. I think somebody's just
BS.
Blowing smoke out their butt.
Blowing smoke up her skirts.
Yeah. Destiny 2 will run at 4K resolution on PS4 Pro, but will be locked at 30 frames per second because of the CPU constraints. Okay. So the way this clickbaity article that we have on IGN says, couldn't run it at 60 frames per second. It's running at freaking 4K. 4K on a console.
Go F yourself.
Okay, so it runs at 30 frames per second. 30 frames per second looks natural to the human eye.
Yeah.
60 frames looks weird.
I hate 60 frames. I mean, I don't hate it, but you're right.
It's whatever. Like, frames per second, unless it's like, being choppy as mess, I really don't care. But if you're complaining about a console that can run at freaking 4K, the only one out in the market right now, and I know Scorpio's in the background, and Microsoft's like,
it's Scorpio. No one cares about Scorpio. It's Microsoft.
But it runs at...
I hate you, Alex.
It runs at 4K, and they're like, it couldn't run it at 60 frames per second. Like, our big computer over there could run it at 4K, 60 frames per second easily because it's got a GTX 1080 in that thing. But look how big that is compared to the PS4 that's sitting over there.
Go eat a bag of gummy worms.
Yeah, stop.
Big
doing
old bag of gummy worms.
the sugar-free gummy bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears.
Yeah, I hope you get the squirts.
Moving on, there are no plans for Destiny 2 on the Nintendo Switch.
It's not surprising.
If they're
at
over
all.
there complaining about it not running at 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 4 Pro,
Well, homie, what you think you getting on a Nintendo Switch?
you better be thankful that you get an NBA 2K18 on that thing.
Like, I'm happy the Switch is doing good, but like, in no way I was thinking that Destiny 2 was coming.
No.
Like, be happy that you've got Skyrim coming, different things like that. But like these bigger games like this,
You're not. I know third-party support is a big thing
Yeah.
with Switch and everything, but you're not going to get like a copy for copy on those because the Nintendo Switch is underpowered compared to the other
Yeah.
consoles. Still an amazing system, but you have to admit it's underpowered compared to the other ones. So, Destiny 2 has made the jump to PC, but it's unlikely to complete the platform quartet with a Nintendo Switch version. Speaking to IGN, Destiny 2's gameplay relevant event project lead Mark Noseworthy is back. Initially said that Bungie has no announcements to make about the Switch at this time. When asked if that meant the franchise could embrace Switch in some way in the future, Noseworthy added, "I think it's pretty unrealistic, given we're an online-only game, right? The Switch, because it's portable, and I love my Switch. I've got Breath of the Wild here. I've got it with me. It's incredible. I love the console, but in terms of where it's at, I don't want to leave anyone with the possibility of, like, it's a thing we'll consider maybe next year. There's no plans right now for the Switch. So, if you're holding out for that, get it for one of the other consoles, get it for PC, and be done with it."
it's smart that they're not going to be doing it for the Switch because, like he just stated, it's portable, so you're not going to have
Internet connection all the time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Bungie. I mean, I know the Switch. Elitists are going to be like, blah, 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 blah.
I don't think we have many
Many
Switch
Switch
elitists yet.
Yeah,
But
for
they're
enough people to
coming.
have Switch Elite.
They're coming. But like,
sure.
I mean, if you're getting pissed off over that, you need to go check yourself.
Well,
before
it
you
would
wreck
look
yourself.
worse
Oh,
than
yeah, it would
Destiny 1. Like, it would look really bad. It would run like crap. So, I think they're making the smart choice on focusing on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC, and making those as great as possible.
Agree 100%.
So, at least you did something right, Bungie. Unlike that story. South Park.
Well, they didn't write the story.
Huh?
I said, well, they didn't write the story.
Somebody did. They hired somebody.
I think it's more like the actual game story.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the article.
No, I'm talking about the games. The first game. I'm hoping the second game.
I'm hoping to.
Like anything. Like someone scribbling on a brown paper sack could be better than the Destiny 1 story. I am like burying
you're
Destiny
killing.
1 today.
It's all good. It's all good.
South Park, The Fractured Butthole. A new release date has been announced following several delays. Today's South Park: The Fractured Butthole will now release on October 17th for PS4, Xbox One, PC. Ubisoft has announced. After confirming The Fractured Butthole would still release within Ubisoft's next fiscal year, the publisher revealed release plans today. The game will be available
likely.
in 4 editions, more than likely. They delayed this thing more than, like, it's like when you're playing a game and they're like, I need to go pee. And you're like, I can wait a little bit longer.
Or the even better one, I'll go to bed right after this little thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like 3 o'clock and you're like,
You got
what?
work at 7. Yeah. There will be 4 editions: Standard, Gold, Steelbook, and Gold and Collector's Edition. Steelbook Gold and Collector's Edition. Oh, we get a Steelbook that's Gold. The Gold editions will come with the game, its Season Pass, a Steelbook case, 3 additional South Park postcards, and extra in-game costume perks. The Collector's Edition will also include 6-inch figure of the King.
I really want the Coon figure.
Those who pre-order The Fractured Butthole will receive the South Park: The Stick of Truth for free, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And an exclusive in-game assistant tally. That free the Stick of Truth offer. What?
Free the stick. Okay, the free Stick of Truth offer will be available until January 1st, 2018.
Yeah. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want gaming content, you can go over to Nerd Cave Gaming right there. If you want to support us, you can check out Patreon right there. If you want more videos, check them out right here. Go ahead, pick one of them. I wonder which one you're going to do. If you're going to be cool, you'd pick any of them. All 4 of them. You'd be awesome.